My name is Melvin Murphy. I'm the G4 Senior Property Book Accountable Officer, and I work at the HHC Joint Force Headquarters. I've been in the Oklahoma National Guard since 1990, so I kind of always was interested in the armed forces, being in some type of uniform, and I wanted to do something though. I didn't want to continue to work at a grocery store and just go check to check. So I thought I'd go ahead and join the military and try to see the world a little bit, and also, get a career in doing something. In 1996, I actually went to Warrant Officer candidate school. I was an E5, so it was quite challenging because Warrant Officer usually they be E7 or above, have a lot more experience. But I went as an E5. I had a Warrant Officer that actually took me under his wing and took me everywhere he went, taught me the ropes, and kind of pushed me in that direction. So,
reaching the rank of Chief Warrant Officer, it's a great accomplishment.
yes, it is. It truly
Very
was.
few people do that. And being the first black Chief Officer in the Oklahoma National Guard, how does that make you feel?
You know, when I first got promoted, I don't think it really settled into me. I'm planning on doing the best I can while I'm in this position, but it really humbles you to know that you're that person that have made history and be in the history books. I remember when I was active duty, I met this chief out where I worked for back in Fort Sill, and it was like I always wanted to get there, but I didn't see the way there. You know, the doors was closing on me. I didn't see half the folks to help me. It's not until I joined the Oklahoma Army National Guard that those doors started to open. I started to meet the right people, and they taught me that, long as you do what you're supposed to do, take care of that E4 in the field, put that E4 in the field first, E4 and below, and take care of the troops, you'll get to where you want to be one day. I still didn't see making the CW5 was going to be that a possibility during that process, but as I continued to actually serve and actually do my part and stay on track and do my school, it's all starting to come together and just meeting the right people, and they took care of the rest.
What significance do you see in being the first African American Chief Warrant Officer in the Oklahoma Guard?
I feel like it's an honor for me to actually be put in that position, and I don't take it lightly. I know that I'm looked upon as far as someone that can probably lead others to where they want to be, and that's something that I actually take seriously and I focus on, because I want to be that example that you can't look at Chief Murphy and say he's this, he's that, he's out of shape, he's not where he's supposed to be at as far as hanging out with the wrong crowd. I think all that plays a factor. So I think as long as you actually keep yourself clean and do the things that you're supposed to do and be where you're supposed to be at, it can happen to you too as well.
February is Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, that is a very special time of the year for us to actually show that as far as diversity and when it comes to being leaders and celebrating what the African Americans actually done in this country and actually have done their part in the service in the military, is very humbling for me that actually be in that position, to be a representative. They can always say, "Let me talk to Chief Murphy," and I'm like, you know what? Whatever comes my way when it comes to that time to speak up and speak out about what we have accomplished, that's part of my responsibility, and to give back to this nation to participate in that.
Are there any heroes or mentors that you look at or use as examples for yourself when you reflect on Black History Month?
Well, it's not only dealing with the military. I have folks in my life. I have a retired Sergeant Major, actually name is Eddie Murphy. He's actually my cousin. And he's always been that one that's been like an example for me to do your best you can and be where you're supposed to be and do your part. And you can rise within the ranks.
What lessons from the past do you feel are still being repeated, and what do we need to focus on to move forward in the future?
So it's a lot of hurtful things that are being said and done that in the past that you can still see today. The change, I'm not saying that change is not happening, because we know changes are happening today. But I can think it can be much better if leaders is on all levels actually take a active role, and we actually hold them accountable. When it comes to actually making change, before we make cast your votes, know who you're voting for, and know if they actually fit into that window of a person that will make changes and actually moving in a positive direction. I think we'll get there. I really do think we'll get there. But I think we got to look at those representatives that are running for office, as well as those in our leadership change in the military as well, and make sure that their goals are line up with ours when it comes to making changes. When it's this all said and done, I hope to look back, and then I think then it'll be right. Wow, Murphy! Wow, this is what you accomplished, and I'd probably be so grateful. I could see myself I'm an emotional guy, so I could see myself bawling and crying then. But right now, I feel like I got a job to do, and I have folks that's looking up to me and I have to make things happen. So I'm focusing on that. And then there'll come time to reflect.